Before we begin today, I'd like to ask you to please silence any and all cell phones that you may have in your possession, and please hold your questions towards the end. So, have any of you wanted to make a small difference, to do something more for your community, to give back to it? Well, you have to look no further. My name is Andrew Bellet, and I am a volunteer/member of the Rotary Foundation. And I'm here today to help persuade you to use up your hours or do volunteer work at our foundations worldwide. So before we begin, we have to go through a short history to make sure you know what the Rotary Foundation is and what exactly you might want to be getting into. So, as you see on the sheets here, the first noticeable action of the foundation was in 1929, sort of their establishment, so to speak, where they donated $500 to the International Society for Children. And afterwards, later years pass on by, 1978, we get into more important facts and details. They started the 3H grant, which is also standing for the Health, Hunger, and Humanity Grants. And basically what the 3H grants did was fund projects to immunize 6 million Filipino children, which eventually led to the wide/massive goal to completely eliminate polio off the face of the earth, so to speak. And then afterwards, in 1985, they officially created the Polio Plus program, where the official goal/mission was to eradicate polio. And let it be known that it was actually a huge success in the process. So as you can see here, we've had small examples of what they sort of do and what they sort of don't do. But overall, their goals, that's the most important part of this. As you can see here by the mission statement, the Rotary Foundation and International is to support the efforts of Rotary International in the fulfillment of object of the Rotary's mission and achievement of world understanding and peace through local, national, and international humanitarian, educational, and cultural programs. So basically it all relates back to giving back to the community, giving back to the people. And in other words, to finish that off, the Rotary Foundation is charitable funding vehicle for much of the work of the Rotary. So instead of just doing normal volunteer work, they also do charitable donations to specific foundations that need the charity money to do research, to help cure diseases and help other starving, or you get the point from there on. Afterwards, we now move into where the leadership/volunteer opportunities were. Now, before we go into the volunteer opportunities, you might ask yourself, what in the world does leadership have to do at all with any of this? What does it have to do with the Rotary Club overall? Well, with volunteer work, just to make the comparison, with volunteer work, you do something to give back to the community. You do a certain act of kindness, or just a certain act of kindness. You can be stapling papers to bags for canned food drives, or actually running a canned food drive, if any of you have ever done that before. Just small acts of kindness that give back to the community and put a small warm feeling in your heart every time you do so. And the leadership opportunities, what they do is they serve to allow more opportunities to achieve those small acts of kindness. As a volunteer, you get to do multiple acts of kindness, but as a leader, they teach you to do just more than just volunteer work. They teach you to go above and beyond, to actually lead people. And as you can see from the bottom facts here, a small example I like to use, 42 million people are displaced by armed conflict or persecution, and 90% of armed conflict casualties are civilians, half of them children. Really sad fact. Now, what the leadership programs and volunteer work sort of do is through service projects, the fellowships, and other Rotary-sponsored campaigns, train members, such as myself, adults, teenagers who put in the time and effort to join the foundation and put in volunteer work. They train them to actually become leaders so that they can mediate conflict and aid refugees who have fled, dangerous areas like Africa, where there's many civil wars or so forth. Members also pursue to address the underlying structural causes of conflict, which is poverty, inequality, ethnic tension, the whole spiel of what our problems in the world today. And being a leader, it helps you tackle those problems, which is basically what the Rotary teaches you to do. To tackle those problems, to give back to the community, to eradicate them, to make the world a better place in a short term. So, overall, we covered what the Rotary Foundation is, what their basic goal is as well, which is to bring about world peace through small acts of kindness and charitable donations. We also discussed the leadership and volunteer opportunities, what they actually are about, what you can actually do for them. Like I said, the canned food drives, or becoming a leader to help out in the community. And overall, we listed a short fact of how and why. So, with that, I'd have to say, I implore all of you here today to go out and to join the foundation and to make a difference in the world. No matter how small it may be, you have the opportunity to do something great, to give back and just give back. You spread the kindness. You give the world a chance to become a better place. My basic future vision is to add more members to the foundation. Currently, we have at least over 1 million people in our foundation now, but the goal really is to get more people to spread out and to do more volunteer work, to keep increasing and adding to the idea of world peace, because with more people, we have the chance of achieving that goal overall. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today, and I really hope you decide to join our foundation. Thank you, and are there any questions?